Alright guys, so today we are going to be taking a look at the Varguil with the Gundam head and then Jutta Qasim. So this time around we will obviously be doing things just a little bit different as far as reviewing this unit. Instead of just staring at the unit info page or the character info page, since I do have it in JP, so why not just actually take you guys into some of the co-ops and you guys can kind of just see what this unit can do as I just kind of talk over this unit. You guys can definitely pull up the unit info page on your phone and whatnot, so I think that's actually a better moving forward. That is only if I'm able to pull the unit or if I do have the unit on the JP side. If not, we are still going back to the usual, right? So let's kind of take a look at this unit. So you guys even go for this unit. I think as always, these are definitely not something I will particularly say, yeah, go ahead and summon for them, especially the fact that they are standard banner unit. But I think this is actually not the worst banner unit ever. I'm like, it's not even a joke. I feel like there are still a lot of good merit from this unit, even if you guys just pull the unit like right out the bat. Even if we don't take a look into the transcendent skill 1 and skill 2 pretty much gives you anything you need. Like for the first 30 seconds is actually quite the monster. Like if you do take a look at the skill 1 at the beginning of the battle for 30 seconds, it's giving you an EXQ engage recovery by 64% for that 30 seconds initially. It's quite strong. Like, you know, that's gonna allow you to pop that EXQ much more faster, so you are able to take advantage of, you know, just being able to do more damage with the EXQ. Skill 2 always is not too terrible, right? For 30 seconds, increase in damage by 54%. So that is actually, you know, relatively okay in my opinion. It's not the worst. I wish it would be maybe a little bit higher, maybe somewhere around the 80 percentile, because, you know, keep that in mind, this is only for the first 80 or the first 30 seconds. So if this is anything better, this is honestly just gonna be really good. But back over to the EXQ. The EXQ is actually quite interesting. The damage for this one is a 628% at max EXQ level 5, so that's pretty respectable, something you would typically see in these types of unit. But what's interesting, this is actually meant to deal with a yellow enemy. So if the mobile suit is yellow, you're dealing an additional 377%. So in total, you're getting up to 1,000% to an yellow enemy unit. So that's actually quite good as well. On top of that, you can also inflict a stun for 7 seconds max, like if you do have this max out. So this is actually not that bad of a kit. All right, this is pretty good. So if you guys do only have one copy of this unit, I think it's safe to say it should perform decently well in, you know, pretty much all content. Besides Arena, I feel like Arena, this unit may not even last a few seconds in, because I think, you know, without the transcendent skill, there are a lot of things that you're not getting. The evasion is first and foremost something that's really important, that since this unit is not outright getting it, is kind of prone to taking out a lot of hit. But speaking of transcendent skill, at, you know, maxing out when you have everything for the first 30 seconds, you do have evasion up to 50%. So starting out is obviously not going to be 50%. Is maybe like, I don't know, like a good 12% or something lower than that. So we do have that. And then when battle begins, this is going to be where you're getting a permanent damage increase right there, up to 36%. So that's pretty good. And then to one targeted enemy unit, whenever the EXQ is active for 4 seconds, inflict a stun status as well. So this is, I guess, it's a way to kind of, I don't know, make this unit a little bit better, because they saw the fact that, well, this unit may only work for against yellow units, so they're like, why not actually kind of change that around so it will apply to other element as well. So I think that is actually a very positive change, even though it's only 4 seconds. But I think having a 4-second window is always going to be very valuable, so that's obviously pretty good. And then when battle begins, restore EXQ gauge by 50%. So that's pretty typical. So that's gonna get this unit up and ready for them really nasty EXQ damage. So be prepared for that. But yeah, I mean, like, this unit without the transcendent skill is gonna work really well in most content, just except for arena. But if you do have this, let's say, at transcendent skill level 5, I think it will excel relatively nice in arena for sure. Given the fact that you might actually want to go ahead and add some more evasion modules, or unit enhancement, add some to that. I think this is going to be a very deadly unit as well, so it's not a bad option, definitely not a bad option. But once we do go down to the weaponry and stuff, I guess there's not that much of a downside besides the cycle plate. This one, unfortunately, is going to be a projectile, or yeah, it's going to be a projectile damage types, while the main weapon being the beam sabers, and then the beam tomahawk is going to be a beam. So you are going to have a kind of like a conflict right there, right? But I think as far as the build itself, you still want to go for a beam damage type, because obviously that is where the majority of damage is going to be coming from. So I would definitely neglect the building forward towards the cycle plate. I guess use the cycle plate as a way to just kind of charge up an EXU, and that's kind of it. So for the cycle plates, you might want to just go full on accuracy, and damage you might just want to not really go in a little bit too much into it, because when you do build this unit, there just might be chances you're not really covering, right? So that's going to be something I would like to point out. But other than that, I think overall, if you guys do want a copy, or if you guys do happen to just like the unit, you want it, it's not a bad option. I'm just going to say that. But, as far as do you actually need to summon on it, I'm just going to leave that up to you guys' decision. But I'm just going to say this is not a bad unit by all means. Alright, so now moving over to the pilot, we have Jutta Qasim. So let's kind of see what this pilot can actually do. So for the skill 1, there are 2 effects. It's going to be applicable to purple and raid. So for the purple effects one, this is increasing range sense by 95% when you activate EXQ. So I don't know about this one. This is for range, so supposedly it wants to be able to do good in terms of the range department as well. I don't know why you would need that. Is it even necessarily? But okay, sure. And then for the raid department wise, it's going to be increasing accuracy by 20 seconds for the first 30 seconds. So having that accuracy is actually going to be really nice. We'll definitely take that. And then for skill 2, all of them are going to be applied to the melee sense. So we have a total of 257 effects, and then we have another additional 77%. So that should put us way over the 300% mark if my map is correct. Yeah, it's not bad. Or no, it should be just a little bit under 300. So like 270 something. Upper upper 270-ish, so it's not that bad, right? All of them, or the first 2, are going to be applicable after you activate EXQ for the first 10 seconds, and then the last effects is going to be for 30 seconds. So pretty much all of them are applicable to the tag for this unit: prototype, new type machine, and then protagonist unit. So it's not that bad. Let's say if you guys are able to pull the Varguil with your tickets and whatnot, and you don't have Jutta, what do you do? You guys can definitely look for the Banshee Norn NTD pilot, which is the Blue 12. She works exceptionally well with the Varguil as well. There are a few things that actually works, like the skill 1. I think all of them actually matches. So I think Putro actually may be a better option, because of the skill 1 is a very big buff. So if you don't have that, you guys can definitely go for Blue 12. But other than that, there isn't necessarily like a one-to-one to Varguil, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean Jutta is not that bad. It's just that all of these buffs are after activating EXQ. So I mean, like for long-term content wise, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, because you would run up the recovery by what, like a 64% after that 30 seconds mark. So after that, I feel like it's gonna take way longer to charge up the EXQ than it would normally. So it's gonna come to a point where you're just gonna be suffering a lot from the just everything. After a 30-second elapse, you're not even getting skill 2 is pretty much done. Essentially, it's just gonna be really slow build up, right? And then skill 1, having that to rank sense, I don't know if we really need that, but It's kind of, it is what it is. But other than that, definitely do let me know how many of you guys are going to be trying to go for the Varguil, or if you guys are able to luckily pull it on the tickets, you guys then definitely let me know. But other than that, that is going to be pretty much it for me, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.